What lessons were you saying you learned in life?
Oh, just be patient because nothing is going to come quickly, and just learn to learn to apologize, learn to forgive yourself. I spend so much time second guessing myself and just beating myself up over the things that aren't the way I want them to be. I see this disparity between the world as I'd make it and the world as it is, and it eats me up, especially when it comes to her. I had this idea of where we would be and what we would have, and we're so far from it right now. But every day we can move a little bit closer to it. So it reminds me to take every day as an opportunity to move forward rather than stand still and move backwards. And I've learned to take a second look at everything I do and everything I say, and to interpret it through someone else's eyes, because what I feel and what I think is not necessarily what everybody else is what everybody else is thinking. And just all the perspective in the world can come from looking through somebody else's eyes.
Plus, when you apologize too much, I always remind you it doesn't matter where we are or what we're doing, as long as I have you by my side.
Yeah,
It
and
can't
that
be
is,
bad.
yeah, you learn to kind of redefine what happiness is. For me, at this point, happiness is having a semi-full stomach and being with the girl I love. And then anything beyond that is gravy.
You were saying, could you say it again, how when there's an argument, it's not necessarily 50-50?
Like when she and I disagree about something, or we have two different ideas of how to go about something, the right way to go is not necessarily halfway between each idea. It's possible for one person to be completely wrong, and I've been that guy often enough. And it gives you some idea that just because you disagree doesn't mean you have to go opposite directions. You can both come to an agreement about what's right and move in the right direction without having to beat each other's throats the whole way.
Plus, there's like a 6-year age difference between us. So
She's 19, I'm 24. I feel like in 6 years' time I've gone a million miles and learned a million things. And I sometimes forget that she, doesn't necessarily have that time on the earth to have experienced that. And I can't blame her for that. I can't vilify her for that. I've just got to be patient.
Plus, you sometimes forget that I may only be 19, but I've been homeless off and on for 13. I've been all over the country, and I've experienced some stuff too.
Yeah, and
So
see,
I'm not totally
I don't give her credit for the experience sometimes. I see it my way. And I'm used to doing things my way. I'm used to having things my way because other people they're directionless, and so if someone steps in and knows where to go and what to do, they all fall in line. But she's, thankfully she's intelligent enough to have her own way of doing things. And
Stubborn as hell. Too.
Yes, that too. That too. It's par for course.
Could you tell me the story again of why your father threw you out with the noises and all?
We had Alexis was making some noises while I was trying to sleep, just something that she does while she's sleeping, and something she can't help. And I was already on precious little sleep, so I was irate and impatient, and I just kind of flipped out on her and then left the room and tried to go out on the couch to get some sleep. And my dad heard me crashing and banging out down the hallway trying to go to the couch, and he followed me out of my room and into the kitchen and into the hallway, and demanded an explanation from me as to what was going on and why all this noise was being made at the horrible hour of midnight. And I just tried to get away from him and tell him that I needed sleep and distance, and he wouldn't leave me be. And so I freaked out, and we turned a small argument into a huge argument, and the next day we were homeless.
They kicked you out?
Oh, just like that. Like that.
Literally, no.
Yeah, and the impression that I got from the whole thing is that, like with her parents, that we just didn't fit into their idea of what the household was going to be, and so they looked for any excuse possible to throw us out. And as soon as they got that, we were gone.
We make sure to be helpful,
Yeah, we weren't sitting here around or doing nothing. We were trying to contribute and be helpful, and it just didn't work out. And it it kind of kills me sometimes that when people realize that they can't do something, that they feel a need to rip each other apart to get the message across. It would have been simple to say, we can't have you here anymore. You need to pack and go sometime soon. But we got kind of thrown out the back door, and so much of what we've been doing since then has been recovering from that. Had we been given a little bit more warning, we probably would have been able to prepare ourselves a lot better, and we wouldn't be pushing a bike around with everything we own strapped to it. But
in Bakersfield, I had a falling out with my parents over a similar thing.
Yeah,
Literally
just
nothing. And at the end of it all, my dad told me I never want to speak to you or see you again. And
over something so trivial that it's just,
over literally nothing, and he shut my phone off. 2 days later, of those 2 days where I was dead asleep, I woke up long enough to halfway choke down dinner and go back to sleep. And I woke up one day, plugged in my phone because it was dead. It's gone. Empty.
Sorry about your background. Okay, well, you know.
Thank you. Sorry. Fine though. Thank you so much.
Here, just put the mic back up. And this is going to be on Everyone Has a Story. It's a website I'm doing of different people's stories.
Sweet.
Everyonehasastory.org. It should be up in a week or so.
Hell yeah.
First and last.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Ben Kukelis, 24 of Santa Paula, California.
Bendy, B-E-N-D-Y.
Ben, no, like Benjamin.
And your last name?
Kukelis, Dukellis.
I'm Alex. Oops. And I'm Alex or Alexis Tormala.
How do you spell your name?
Alexis. And Tormala is Tormala. It's a good Viking name.
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Are you a punk?
Yes.
I am too. Can't you tell?
Oh yeah. Punk isn't about the attire, it's about the attitude.
Yeah, mine is. Okay, hey, thanks a lot, guys.